gentlemen, you are listening to Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. It's an engaging and enlightening talk show on life, relationships, and the business of life. Grab a cup of juice and just chill. Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. Live life. Live fully.
You are now tuned in to this week's episode of our podcast. Today we are going to interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in our field. By sharing our collective expertise, we will show you how to harness, control, and use your own skill set to achieve ultimate success and live the life you want. And now, please welcome your host.
To be back here once again. My name is Omobola Stephen and welcome to Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. Now remember, if you want to catch up with any of my missed episodes, simply go online and search for Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen on any podcast distribution platforms, and I guarantee you a worthwhile listening experience. Now on the show today, I have Rose Trish Mapambwa, who is a grief healing relationship expert, an author, speaker, and a retreat leader. Now welcome with me on Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen, Rose Trish Mapambwa.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here.
Great to have you on the show today. Now, can you introduce yourself to my audience?
My name is Rose Mapambwa. I am a relationship coach. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I work with women that have gone through widowhood, divorce, and also heartbreaks. I help them to heal from their grief and trauma that they will have experienced from their roller coaster lives, help them to get back into the dating scene with a bang, give them the tips to date smart, and become love magnets so that they can get back to the altar with the man.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. Now, at what point in your life did you decide you wanted to be a grief healing relationship expert?
It was after I went through two broken relationships, because I had thought that those two relationships were going to take me back to the altar, and they only managed to give me huge heartbreaks. And I decided to take a step back into dating and find out why I was attracting the same man that just continued to break my heart. And I discovered that I still hadn't healed from my own pain, from my own dilemmas, from my own demons, from my past. I had gone through a very tough widow journey, and I still hadn't healed from that. I thought I had, but only to realize that the trauma was still with me. The trauma was what that was causing me to be attracting these broken men into my life, because I thought I could change this. I thought I could be their social worker, but I found out that, you know what, you can never change a man.
That's
man changes when he is ready to change. A man will only change for the love, for the woman that he loves. So if a man truly loves you, he will change for you, and you will try to schedule. But I was totally the opposite, because I thought, you know what, I could change them. I could do this. But I discovered that, it wasn't true at all.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for that. Now, what life's experiences or lessons have you garnered along that path? Do you have any to share?
I have lots to share. When I got widowed, it was really tough, because back then in 2000, I didn't have enough support to be able to support my widowhood journey. I found myself alone in a world full of people. I lost a lot of friends during the journey, because when you become a widow, you have been friends with people that are still in couples, right? But when you're widowed, you kind of fall out of that coupled zone. And I found myself wanting for new relationships. I found myself trying to force myself into other circles where I didn't belong. So I had to start finding myself again. Okay. Because when you have gone through a lot of grief and a lot of trauma, you kind of lose who you are in the process. And you kind of lose your identity.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. I went from becoming a wife to become a caregiver, to become a mother of his children. And then one night, I was a single mom. I was a widow. I was back in the singlesdom arena. You know, all this, I wasn't ready for that. Most of these things, you know, they just happened.
That's right.
Crisis to me. So I had a huge step back to kind of find myself again. Because,
that's right.
Yeah, because when you've gone through a lot of trauma in your life or a lot of loss, you kind of develop certain habits and behaviors.
Absolutely.
You know, that will turn into habits. Just for the simple reason of trying to protect yourself. And I was in that category. I was really trying to protect myself. I had turned into this superwoman, trying to work my pain out, hoping that one day it will just disappear. But it doesn't work like that in the real world. It doesn't work like that.
Really doesn't work like that. Thank you for that beautiful life experience that you've garnered along the path. Now, as a relationship expert, which I know that you are, can you share any insight on dating and how to date smart and be a love magnet? Now, I'm interested in this.
The one simple tip that I can give or advice to anybody that hasn't gone back into the dating scene for a while is you have to reset your life. Press the reset button.
What?
Because the dating world is changing every day. Right now, there's online dating. When I got married to my husband, I didn't meet him. You know, I met him in a grocery store. But
interestingly, I had a guest just a few days ago who focused on online dating in this COVID-19, and such a beautiful topic to discuss.
Yes, yeah. So how to meet men has totally changed. The old ways of going into a grocery store and then you meet your husband. Right now, everybody's wearing a mask, so you can't see what's behind the mask. So blind dating is the thing. And then also, you have to make sure that you know exactly what you are looking for in a relationship.
That's right. Yeah. Very important.
Because if you have gone through heartbreaks, if you have gone through a divorce, and if you have been widowed, what kind of relationship are you looking for? And what are you going to gain in that relationship? And what are you bringing?
Those are deep questions.
Yeah. So this is where healing comes in. You really need to heal your heart. You really need to heal your life so that you won't be bleeding on other people's lives. And that will also help you not to attract the same losers that will break your heart again.
Right. Thank you for that expert advice. Now, can you tell me about your book, Exhume or Heal?
Okay. My book, Exhume or Heal, I came up with the topic because I was looking at how I can move on from my pain. Do I want to exhume my problems and my dead husband? Or do I want to heal and move forward and find my purpose? So that's the question that I always ask people when they buy my book. What does exhume or heal mean? means, do you want to go back to your old life if you have been divorced or widowed or, heartbroken? If you are widowed, do you want to exhume the dead body of your husband? Is that really what you want for yourself, to look at the maggots? Or you want to let his soul rest in peace and then you move on with your life? Because he has had his life already. Now it's all about you. But for us women, we get stuck in trying to grieve for our husband for the longest and longest time.
I think that's how we're wired. We're so emotional.
Yes, yeah. Because we feel guilty that, after a year or two, I can't really date after 2 years because, it's still too early. It's funny that men, when a wife dies, within 6 months, they are already with men, with other women.
That's right.
But as women, because we are so nurturing, and also our culture, especially our African culture, they've molded women to be slaves to grief. You have to show that you are grieving your husband. You have to show your emotions to everybody, and that has stifled a lot of women to progress, to go into finding their purpose or even new relationships. So the biggest advice I can give them is ask yourself this question. Your husband is gone. He will never come back unless if he's coming back as a ghost. Do you want to be stuck in that grieving period? Do you want to be lost? Do you want to continue mourning the death of your husband who is not coming back? Or do you want to heal and move forward? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, one of my friends, the other time when I was still stuck in my grief, she said, Rose, don't let the death of your husband claim another life. And I said, what do you mean? She said, well, if you continue grieving the way you're grieving, your children are going to lose you. It means the death of your husband is not just going to claim his life, but it's going to claim your life as well. So which is which?
And that's very true. It's very true because it's happening.
Yeah. So that's how, that title Exhume or Heal came about.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for that. So how can your book be accessed?
It's available on Amazon, amazon.ca, amazon.uk, amazon.com.
Oh, great. Now, it's been Laiwa from Omobola Stephen, and here I am having an enlightening interview with Rose Trish Mapambwa, who is a grief healing relationship expert, an author and speaker, and she's been sharing an expert insight on relationships, widowhood, marriage, and all the areas about relationships. Now, the question is, how easy is it to get back to the dating scene after a woman is no longer with a man or she has become widowed?
It's very easy if you want it to be easy, but you have to do it right. A lot of women cannot go back into the dating scene because they are scared. Go back into the dating scene because if you have gone through a terrible divorce or a heartbreak, you feel like, okay, if I start dating again, this relationship is going to end up in divorce. This relationship is going to end up in a heartbreak. But no, you have to do it right. You have to change your ways of dating. So the way you were dating before needs to change so that you are able to get the new tactics. Dating is now a game. You cannot just walk into the dating arena without a plan. You need a plan to it because you are going to appear like a deer in the red lights. You have been for so long, And now there's all these new tricks about dating online and online, so there is a lot that women need to learn. And we have to be open to change our old ways, because women from my generation, I'm going to be 60 this year. So women from my generation, it's really tough, when you have been single for so long and going back to the dating scene, you have that fear, what will people say syndrome? What will people say? I'm almost 60. People are going to start judging me. But that's not true. The worst enemy is ourselves, women. We are the ones that beat ourselves to death because we are so insecure with ourselves. We are so unsure of how strong we are. There's a saying, which I always tell my clients, by Bob Marley. You will never know how strong you are until being strong is your only option.
Oh, correct. Nice one.
Yeah. So it
Nice
is
one.
possible to find love after a long dry spell. It's very
Oh, but it's possible at the end of the day.
Yes, it is. Very possible. Yeah.
Oh, great. Now, why do I keep experiencing emotional abuse in my relationships, right? Do you have any professional advice you can share?
Yes. If you continue experiencing emotional abuse, it means there is some childhood trauma that you still haven't healed from. There's these things that we call soul ties and trapped emotions. All these are also caused from the trauma that we have experienced from children.
That's right.
Unless you heal that, you will be able to move forward, without going through experiencing more emotional abuse. But the problem with us is we always think we can change the other party, But what we need to realize is if you can't change a certain situation, that situation needs to make you change or the direction of where you're going. So if you're still continuing to suffer from emotional abuse, it means you have a lot of trapped emotions in you because you attract who you are.
Correct.
What you send into the universe is what you get back.
Oh, great. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, what you see is what you get. What you send back to the universe is what you get.
Great. Now that's very profound. Thank you so much for that. Now, can we talk about compassion fatigue?
Right. Yeah, compassion fatigue. When I came to learn about compassion fatigue, I only thought it was a syndrome that was only suffered by caregivers or healthcare workers. But I soon found out that even parents, we go through compassion fatigue. So if you are in a situation where you care for other people, you will go through compassion fatigue. You will go through burnout. Because the more we give out, the more drained we become. We got so much compassion to people, but we are not taking care of ourselves to make sure that we replenish all that compassion that we are giving out. Every day as women, we are taking care of the world. And most of the times, we don't even realize how much we are giving out until your body crashes. That's when it will tell you, you need to stop. So that's fatigue. You wake up in the morning every day, you are tired, but you ask yourself, I went to bed early last night at 8 p.m. Here is 12 hours later, I'm still exhausted. And you ask yourself, why am I physically exhausted? It's because you are emotionally exhausted. You are emotionally drained. You are giving out too much. than what you are getting in.
So there needs to be a balance, right?
Yeah. So we really need to take time to nourish ourselves. Most of the women, I found out that they wait for other people to nourish them. No, you should start to learn how to nourish you so that other people can know how to treat you. So it's all about you. Then you will never go down the compassion fatigue syndrome.
Oh, great. Thank you for that brilliant explanation. I really love that. Now, to my last question now. How can one get help after a trauma?
You can get help by talking to people like us. I just don't have the credentials to help people heal, but I have life experience as well. There is no teacher better than a life experience. I've walked, I've been there. I've been there where most women there. And this is how I'm able to connect with so many women because I've been there. I can talk their language. When life brought me down to my knees, not once, but several times. So I've been there. I know how it feels to be where they are right now. So if you are feeling down, if you are feeling that you are still going through the rabbit hole, find help. Don't be ashamed to seek help. Help is everywhere. Now you find a lot of things on the internet. Growing up, we never had the internet, but now it's on the internet. You find coaches everywhere. If you don't know anybody, ask for it. People will make referrals for you. People can talk to people like you, and how to find the right people to help them with their problems.
That's right.
But the problem with us, women of color especially, we don't want to help because we think it's a sign of weakness. How can you go to see a therapist? How can you go to see a coach?
But it's a sign of insecurity.
Yeah. It's very normal. When you are able to seek help to help your situation, that's a strong woman right there. That's a sexy woman, independent, powerful woman who knows what she wants in life.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Rose Trish Mapambwa, for coming to Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. Now, do you have any project that you're working on?
Yes. Right now, I'm working on a dating summit. It's going to be called Dating After a Long Dry Spell. And a long dry spell means you have been widowed, you have been divorced, you have been heartbroken, but you have been scared to go back into the dating scene because you felt you cannot do it again. You are just trying to protect your heart from further heartbreak. But this program or this project is going to help women to get back the dating scene with a bang, because I'm going to equip them with the right tools that they will be able to deal with the fear of going back into the dating scene, help them heal their wounds from their past so that they can start dating smart. Because if you cannot date smart, then you will continue to attract the broken man. That will only break your heart. Then, become a love magnet. When you are a love magnet, you attract the right man that will take you back to the altar.
Wow. Wow, that's so beautiful. Thank you once again. Now, any parting word for my audience?
The final word is it's never too late to fall in love again. It's never too late to find love, no matter what you have gone through. But you have to have a plan before you go back into the dating scene.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, can you share your contact details or your social media connections?
Yes. People can find me on my website, roseslifecoaching.com. roseslifecoaching.com. My email address is rtm@roseslifecoaching.com, or they can use roseslifecoaching@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you once again for coming to the show. It's really been an insightful time on Live Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. I hope some other time that we can do this again.
Okay. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
So I wrap up with the words of Ernest Hemingway. Yeah, Ernest Hemingway once said, the most painful thing is losing yourself in the process of loving someone too much and forgetting that you are special too. Now let's do this some other time. From the text of Live Well Lived by Omobola Stephen is Omobola Stephen signing out with all my love. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. The fuck's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. For I pass out, I'm too